What up, what up, what up, and welcome back to Married to Sports Podcast. With me, as always, I got Hot Rod, Corey, and the Diabolical One. How you guys doing today, man?
Good.
Turn me up in the headphones.
How we doing?
We're doing okay.
Footballed out. We got one more game tonight.
Football now. We had a great weekend of football.
Yeah, I know. I watched all 5 games.
Did y'all check the standings? Did y'all check the standings this weekend?
No. What?
Oh, okay.
Well, what is the
I just know your number one is number one.
Oh, jeez.
So perfect bracket so far. Go Steelers
Really?
tonight. Keep it going.
Wow.
But let's start with Carolina. My Super Bowl pick, the Rams. Just looking at the score yesterday, I went back and watched the film this morning. But looking at the film, looking at the score yesterday, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" But watching the film, I'm a little nervous about the Rams. They're a little shaky to me.
Well, I picked the Rams in that game. I think Carolina's defense they're legit. Their defense is what helped them get to the playoffs. And it wasn't pretty, which is why you kind of don't look at it as a shiny object. You kind of go, man, Tampa Bay just shit the bed. Carolina ended up, tripping into the playoffs based on just Tampa Bay going on a complete losing streak. But Carolina's defense, they're not bad. And you remember Carolina and the Rams had a good game a few weeks ago. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Carolina win that game?
They did. They beat the
Yeah.
Rams.
So when it mattered, though, is where I'm going with this. When it mattered, Stafford knew what to do, and that's the difference. Bryce Young, I'm still not sold on him. I know some good things happened in that game, but it's not consistent throughout the year. It hasn't been. The defense has carried them. The defense couldn't. Yeah, the defense just couldn't keep it up enough. But the other night or the other day when that game was on, I called it. I said, Stafford, 2-minute drill, he's going to win this game. And he did what he does.
But
It was. Yep.
here's the thing, though. They should have put y'all away earlier than that. Like,
No,
think about that touchdown that Puka Nakua dropped. They had a
again,
Devontae Adams drop. That would have been a touchdown. They had a fourth down in the red zone that they turned over on downs. That's
But do you
21
not?
points they took off the board.
But
They almost
Brandon,
beat themselves.
but Brandon, the hits that Puka Nakua took and Devontae Adams took, I believe Devontae Adams was concussed and they let him back in the game.
That may be
Those
true.
both of those receivers got lit up early, and then they started getting a little shy catching that ball.
That Puka Nakua was wide open. That's normally a touchdown.
Oh yeah. That was a complete. That should have been touchdown all day.
And then I want to push back on one more thing because my next question was, are you sold on Bryce Young? And you said you're not.
I'm not.
After what you've seen, you guys are not sold on Bryce Young?
I'm not.
He was one of the better quarterbacks this weekend.
He was. Well, no. What I'm saying is I said for the Panthers to win this game, they had to run the ball, and they depended on Bryce Young's arm way too much. The biggest problem: Rico Dowdell gets 5 carries in that game.
Chuba Hubbard
5.
carries the load.
He was 13 for 46.
Bryce Young put them in position to win. It was on the defense.
I'm not saying that. I said for them to win, though, they needed the running game and not to only give Rico Dowdell 5 carries after what he did in the middle of the year. That was my problem with that game. Go look at how many touches he got when Chuba came back.
My nun guy.
One guy in Swift.
I don't know what it is in the NFL, but it
I'm
seems
just
like
saying
they
if
have
they would
more
have
running
ran
backs
it,
than any other position.
All right. So again, I'm going to go back. The Rams beating, or the Panthers beating the Rams a few weeks ago in LA. You now have a playoff home field advantage, and the Rams pulled it out. So I'm not. I would be more concerned for the Bears coming up than I would be for the Rams, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there.
The Rams play the Bears.
Yeah,
Oh, there's
Niner.
absolutely a chance the Bears could upset the Rams. Absolutely, there's a chance.
There's a chance. There's a chance, but I felt that the Panthers had a better opportunity to beat the Rams than the Bears do, if that makes sense. I think the Rams just beat their kryptonite team that got them 3 weeks ago. I believe it was 3 weeks ago. And but the Rams did what they had to do. I mean, a win's a win. A playoff win is a win. That you advance.
yeah, in the
You know.
playoffs it is. Yeah, a win's a
Yep.
win in the playoffs, and you just don't give Matthew Stafford time to come down and win the game because you 9.5 times out of 10 you're going to
Yeah.
lose that battle. Bryce Young didn't do bad though. He threw for 264. He threw the ball 40 times, but he did throw one interception, but one touchdown. I mean, he did
That one
not have a bad
interception
game.
was 100% on Coker.
I agree. I agree on that.
Yeah, So I mean, I'm not going to sit there
I
and
know the stats aren't going to say that,
is he an elite quarterback yet?
but you got to finish your route. That was crazy.
Yeah,
Y'all would have won
yeah,
the game had that not have happened.
yeah, and it is the
Huh?
playoffs. It is the playoffs. McVay's been there. The Canellis hadn't been to the playoffs before. I mean, it's a learning experience. So
Yeah. I mean, look, you do, but you also have a defensive coordinator and you have a defense that has experience that know what's on the line.
yep.
So, I mean, you got to look at both sides of that ball. You got one team that should manage the clock, and you got the other side that's going, we got to stop them 3 and out. You know what I mean?
And you have a you have a defense that we see it every year, every game. It's been like that for some reason they forget to pressure when it's the pressure time. They go back to that prevent defense that prevents you from
That's all
winning.
Rod kept saying the other day during that game. He's like, why are we running prevent
Yeah.
defense? Why, the last 2 minutes of the game, that's all you heard out of Rod's mouth. And I'm just like,
Yeah. When they should have been running
yeah,
That was
regular
one of the
defense.
most spectacular throws I've seen to end the game to the tight end. Was it Parkinson? Right?
yeah, yeah, well,
He,
yeah, it should have been hit, damn it.
yeah, right. But watch that again. That was a beautiful ball, beautiful placement, and a beautiful catch. Like it was all the above. Like you could not have put you like you had to put that ball exactly where that had to where exactly where it was, and that spiral was so tight. That was a beautiful ball.
Shit.
Um, but had that not happened, the prevent defense I think is what beats you. That's not on Bryce Young. If you guys keep your offense the way that it is, you guys get a second year. I think you guys will make a deep run next year, assuming everybody stays healthy. Um, Speaking of being healthy, San Francisco lost George Kittle, uh, but they've been one of the most unhealthiest teams all year, and the Eagles got beat yesterday.
I think it's time for Kittle to hang it up because he has not been the George Kittle of years past, and I hate it for him. I hate that he got injured, but they were able to win that game without him yesterday. They need to start just using the backup, and they probably need to start. They're probably going to have to adapt with Jusic or whatever his name is. Start utilizing him without having Kittle in there.
I got
Either
Tonjes.
he's second back. Pardon?
They got Tonjes. Tonjes is a good
I know,
tight end.
I know, but you still, if you had the Kittle of 3 years ago, Tonjes isn't him. You know what I mean?
He's
Now
not.
Tonjes can become that guy, but he's not there yet. That's why you're probably going to have to use Tonjes more as a tight end, like they should, and use Jusic as a blocking. If you have him in there, use him as a blocker.
Right.
I, I I could, this game 2 weeks ago between Seattle and San Francisco for the Western Division. Uh, it was lackluster on the 49ers part. What they showed yesterday, granted, they were playing an Eagles defense that is suspect at times. Um, I don't know, man. I think the Niners make up to Seattle and beat their ass, and it's going to be a one and done for Darnold again.
Well, you know what? I did something last night I've never done in my entire life, and I had to go wash my mouth out with soap. I was defending Jalen Hurts last night because if you watch that game, AJ Brown was checked out of that game. He dropped
You're
balls
right.
that should not have been dropped, and when you're in a close game like that, we've seen it with CD. When you're in a close game, you can't have your best wide receiver dropping passes that hit him in the hands, and that's something they're going to have to
There
figure
was
out.
only before. Go ahead, Rob. Well, I was going to say there's only one. There's only one Eagles fan that. Well, there's two that'll come up on the live that actually are level headed Eagles fans, and only one of them would come up last night, and that's Eddie. He's so entertaining. But I had already said this before he came in, and he came in after the game. But I said, I think we've seen AJ Brown wear the Eagles uniform for the last time. They're
That was gonna be my next question. Is there
yeah.
any of y'all think AJ Brown's gonna be there next year?
Well, so I asked Eddie. I asked Eddie,
No,
the Eagles fan, and he's older. I believe he's older than us, Rod and Corey. And he said he goes, it is time. He goes, we've got to go separate ways, because
Absolutely.
it's not gonna work. So that's all I only take on that game. But I do have the Niners uh, upsetting the Seahawks.
the other part of that is Goddard had it when it's a big game. Goddard showed up
I'm
like he
so happy I
usually
put him
does.
in.
But yeah, big games he shows up. But the thing that drove me nuts is I know I need to stay off of certain TikToks and different things, but it was also in this messages people coming in just people's lives and saying Jalen Hurts sucks, blah blah blah, and I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, wait a minute, look at his numbers all year. I'm not. I'm the biggest thing from an Eagles fan, and I'm sitting here defending your quarterback because it wasn't on him that you lost last night. It was on your wide
Game?
receiver.
Brandon, what are you doing?
I'm trying not to yell because we're going to sit here and pretend like Jalen Hurts hasn't had three coordinators in 3 years.
But see, back to Corey and Rod on this. That that always sounded like the Tom Brady hate, or the Josh Allen hate and stuff like that. And I always ask people like, well, who's your quarterback? And they tell me, and I'm like, so you wouldn't take them over your current quarterback? And they're like, well, oh yeah, I would. I'm like, then why are you hating on him? Like, if you would take him, then why are you hating on him? Because he's not your quarterback.
I want to know
You
what
know,
system quarterback what system they run. That he's such a system quarterback. Saban's offense was different. OU's offense was different. And they've had so many freaking coordinators in Philly. It's not even funny because they keep getting another job. They keep getting head coaching jobs.
yeah, Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts last year worked. It This year, this guy, he's never been an offensive coordinator. This is his first. This is his first
No.
rodeo, and you could tell the Eagles' offense was probably, if you want to call them at 100% firing last year on all cylinders for the Super Bowl run, yeah, I would say they were probably at about a 70% efficiency.
I would have went less. They're
Well,
like hot trash this year.
but okay, hold on. They won that division, so it's a little hard to say they're hot trash because
Well, no, because that
No,
whole
right,
division
you
was
had
hot trash. But
Dallas had the freaking number one offense pretty much all year.
Yeah, but
Not
we couldn't stop a
it
nosebleed.
just goes to show you how bad that when
Bro,
you
we
have
couldn't
hot
stop a
trash
top
defense.
corner
Exactly.
team.
But look,
Yeah. But that's why I got on, and that's I'm the biggest Eagles besides probably Brandon, the biggest Eagles hater out there,
I'm not hating.
and I couldn't put the
no,
blame on the quarterback
Absolutely.
last night.
it's
I was
on
like,
the
there's no
OC.
way
No, it's not. I'm going to push back there.
on Brown.
Devontae Smith has got to do his part. A.J. Brown has definitely got to do his part. The line could not block for Saquon last night to save their freaking life.
What were
Every
the
time they came
targets?
to
What were the
Saquon, he had
targets to
three guys
Smith,
in the
and what were the
backfield.
targets to Brown? What were the targets?
I don't know he ran for
Oh,
100
hey,
yards,
okay,
but when they
I got
needed him
that
the
up.
most, they would not block for him.
He had 3 misses. Smith did. Brown had 4.
Saquon
Goddard
had some
had
drops.
3. Saquon had 3 drops.
Some of these guys were open. The receiver, it was on the receivers. Like, I will give the OC blame for all season, but not that game.
Nine drops between the top 4 players on the Eagles offense last night. That's Goddard, Smith, Saquon, and Brown.
Saquon dropped the easy one. I mean, he would have been gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's why, like I said, that's why I will push back with it when if anybody ever says anything about Jalen Hurts about that game last night. And then the the defense, as much as people like to talk about their defense and stuff, their defense didn't hold up when they needed to, and that was at the end of the game when San Francisco came down and scored the game-winning touchdown. So
Speaking of my Dallas
I,
Cowboys, somebody brought
I
it up
mean,
a
in the
minute
play,
ago.
hey, in the playoffs, your chances of winning when you do not hit on all cylinders goes way down.
hey, right, I'll give you something here. I'll give you an olive branch. AJ Brown of the Saints. Go.
Hey, with Shaheed being gone, that might actually be a thing.
Yeah, especially with
Kellen
year two of
Moore,
Tyler Show and Kellen Moore. Yep.
Yep.
Kellen Moore knows him.
Dio, that might be a thing.
Yep.
Uh, so we're gonna get into the Green Bay game here in a second, but before we get into that, I have a question. Can somebody please explain to me how Micah Parsons has a mediocre season? Not even a great season. It's a mediocre season on Micah Parsons standards, which was still mediocre in the league. I think it was like top 15. Somebody can fact check me. How do you make an All Pro? How do you miss
The
most of the season
name,
and you make an All
the
Pro?
name.
Name.
Had
Name. It's a
had
popularity
but
contest.
had the Packers not made the playoffs, he wouldn't have been.
No. It's a popularity contest, Brandon. And it's just like the NBA. Think of this. Look at the starters in the NBA almost every year. It's not who should get in there to be in starters. It's who the fans pick. And the NFL, it might not be the fans picking the All Pros, but it's still a
You
damn
just
popularity
turned the
contest.
what went from an All Star game to now the YMCA. Everybody just gets the participation award.
Yes.
It's
Thank you
it's the Oprah.
Pretty
it's the
much. If you
Oprah
watch
Bowl.
it.
Thank you for
You get an
watering
invite,
down
you
what
get an
used to be a
invite, you get an
prestigious
invite.
award. I'm sorry, Dio. What?
Yeah.
It's the Oprah Bowl. You get an invite. You get an invite. You get an invite.
Man, I'm telling you, that's the best way to put it right there. It is the Oprah Bowl. You
Yeah.
get an invite. That's right.
Yeah.
It's like the Dallas Cowboy defense.
You
You get a
just
touchdown.
watched the playoff game. Where you want to go? I want to go to the Oprah Bowl.
Well, I know that's right.
If you look at it all, and you look at it, Brandon, it's not just in the NFL. Look at the NBA. Look at Major League Baseball. You know, the Pro Bowl, the All Star games.
Oh,
It's popularity contest.
How many Cardinals should have made that All Star team last year?
At least two.
I could argue for 4, but I would accept 3. And you know, you had Donovan there. You know, and I'm just like, really? Willie Contreras doesn't even get a mention. I mean, even though he's gone now, but
I say Contreras was the one that I was thinking of.
right. But I mean, it's just like the All Star team was pretty much Dodgers, Cubs, and Mets, and Phillies, and I'm like, okay, y'all paid for it, so I guess we got to invite your guys.
Yeah, it was gross. Chicago Green Bay. When I left that game, and I went back and I watched the rest of it, but when I left that game,
Oh my
21 to
god!
3.
So I'm gonna go ahead and spill the tea on this one here real quick. What I did, I put my cabbage down on Green Bay early, and me and M talked about this last night because at one point it was a plus 1,600 for the Bears.
I know. I wish I'd taken it.
And I sat there the other night and I was so close to just putting down 20 heads of cabbage on that, and I was like, no, I think Green Bay's got this. So I didn't want to spend any money on it. And damn it, just with $1 you would have gotten 160, or 16. It'd have been 16, but it 20 heads of cabbage would have got you a nice chunk of change. And I laid off of it and fuck,
Yeah.
missed it, fucking missed it, and lost my money line. Which I didn't put a lot of head down to begin with on the Packers. It was too close. I only put 5 down on it, but
I had to go to work and I forgot to put it down.
Yeah.
And I was gonna take it, not the big one. It was at plus
I
600,
wish I had.
and I forgot to put.
You know, well, we talk. We're Cowboy fans. We've given our Cowboys a hard time all year. Dial's given his Steelers defense a hard time all year. But what the Packers did in the fourth quarter was pathetic.
Well, hold on, but did we also Can we also say we saw Caleb Williams grow up this year?
He has grown up this year, but I don't care. They're an
I
NFL defense,
I
just like we
agree.
gave the Ravens a hard time the opening night.
Yep.
You're in the playoffs and you allow
Yeah, but
24,
look,
25
at what
fourth
the Packers
quarter points.
offense didn't do the second half. You understand that? So I
Well, that's
mean,
true
yeah, both
too.
sides of the
Yeah,
ball just kind of. I'm tired of seeing these games where I brought up the Eagles Cowboys game during that game the other night. I said Eagles were up 21 to
yep,
nothing at halftime, and what happened? Dallas came back and won that fucking game. Eagles didn't do shit second half. Packers did the same thing the other night.
yep.
They didn't come out the second half.
Yeah, Ravens earlier in the year. I mean, it's happened so many times this
The
year.
Bears
It's
defense played
sad.
great that second half,
They did.
but
Yeah, I give it.
31. Yeah, something like that, Rod.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was something stupid. 5 minutes, by like 5:31, 5:41.
Giants ran three and outs, and their defense gave up the entire fucking game.
But it seemed like
Good
the
on you.
Green Bay abandoned the run
yeah,
game too, when they could have been running clock. Like they didn't have
yeah.
any sense of clock management. Like they really just screwed the whole bed. Like it was a
But
bad
you start
performance
wondering,
all around
you
the second
start
half.
wondering when you start seeing this team in and team out. It's not the same teams doing it. Do you start wondering like, what's going on here? Like this didn't used to happen. Like back in the day, if you were down 21 fucking points, you probably ended up in that game down 21 to 17 points back in the 90s.
Yeah. You know
The
something?
early 2000s. Now
Here's
it's like damn NBA, you're down 38 at halftime and you come back and fucking win the game. Are you serious?
Yeah,
you know what coaching the semi pro basketball team maybe that's probably opened my eyes more than anything. We would be up 10 points because passing the ball, moving it around, blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden we're down 10 points, and the difference is you got certain people that just won't pass the ball and want to shoot, and it seems like these offensive coordinators forget. Hey, we're up 21 points. Let's play
Yeah.
prevent offense.
Yep. Prevent offense. It exists.
I cannot believe they're keeping Lafleur. The Ravens just let go of Harbaugh, and Todd
Yeah,
Bowles
but
and Matt Lafleur both have jobs. I don't really like Todd Bowles. I don't
Well,
want to see him
Brandon,
get
little
fired, but this year was atrocious, and you've got to put it on Todd Bowles.
hey, the LaFleur though, I read it earlier. The Packers are hoping to retain him, so somebody's asked
yeah.
to interview him.
He's going to have a market, but I don't think he's going to make it in Green Bay. And I
Yeah,
don't know if it's a Lafleur problem.
Or a
Like I
love
think
problem.
I'm 100% sure it's a Lafleur problem. But is
I'm
it
going to
a
push back a little
combination
bit.
of Lafleur and Love, or is it just Lafleur?
I'm going to go a little bit love there. A little bit love. I don't think they're a good fit, and he has no other options. Like, look, he may want to run Malik Willis, and they're like, nope, Love's our guy. And though he's like, okay, who else can I go talk to? Because if he feels the heat and he doesn't want to stay with Love, he wants to run Willis because Willis did great under Lafleur. When Love was hurt, Malik Willis looked like he was a starter all year. So I mean, there's some teams out there that would benefit by having Lafleur. The fans would be happier with their record, but
yeah. It's just
I was thinking
so
Miami.
Harbaugh has talked. Harbaugh has been requested to talk to the Falcons, but he's also talking to the Browns, the Cardinals. He's got five teams he's talking to.
I
I
don't.
think the Browns. I think the Browns, or if Tomlin retires, I think the Steelers may be his destination because the Steelers are more aligned like the Ravens were, and I think he'd be comfortable staying in the North. And that's if Tomlin retires. We're not firing him; he may retire. Hang on, Rod. Rod, I just can. For some reason, my internet just cut out for a second. What were you saying? I didn't hear it. No, they haven't. They haven't.
That's
Inside
just
of
what the media
Pittsburgh,
wants to
you'll
put out
hear
there.
it from like inner city Pittsburgh fans. But you got to remember, Dallas Cowboy fans are all over this country, and Pittsburgh fans are all over this country. And I can tell you, a majority of us Pittsburgh fans, especially in the forums that I go visit, they're not. They don't look. We're happy with Tomlin. We're like if you look at all the other coaching opportunities or possibilities of getting a different coach there, there's nobody on that radar except for me is Harbaugh. That's the only coach I would accept.
I mean, you also got to look at how many times Harbaugh's been in the playoffs with and with who.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I think
he's taken some nobodies to the playoffs.
yep, but he's also had
Yeah.
that ridiculous defense. Well, that was more Brian Billick, but he's had some good defenses. But I mean, you think about it, Harbaugh with a Will Howard, that's not bad. I don't hate it. Yeah, I don't hate it. But I mean, anyways, you got all these openings. I really think he might stay in the North because he knows it. He knows how to play those teams, and I think he would have quicker success playing in the AFC North than he would in a different conference because he's going to have to learn the style of play, those rivalry games. If he retire, all right, if Tomlin retires, he's retiring. He wouldn't do that. Tomlin would not leave Pittsburgh
He
and go to
won't.
the Browns.
If he
He's
retired,
still
he'd
got
retire. If he resigned, he would go.
that's different. Yeah, if he says
He'd
he's
go somewhere.
retiring, he's not going to go to Cleveland because he still has to go to Pittsburgh and play twice or once every year, and plus he still has connections there. He's got to face that city, so he's not going to do that.
I think if Tomlin leaves, I think he'd go somewhere outside of the North.
I think he just retires. Honestly,
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I see him doing that, retiring if he
Too
when
bad
it's
he's going to
time.
make a deep run this year.
Because
and that's a
I'm going to tell
possibility.
you what though, that
I mean, who knows?
Pittsburgh is a Dallas used to be Pittsburgh. Let's say that Dallas used to be Pittsburgh. We used to keep a coach. You know, the Pittsburgh's had three coaches in my lifetime, and maybe three coaches all time: Chuck Noll,
Right.
Cowher,
Yeah.
and Tomlin. I mean, that's the only franchise you ever have seen that's like
Well,
that.
it was the
I mean, Belichick.
Ravens.
I know
It was the
Belichick did it
Ravens until
forever.
they fired Harbaugh.
Yeah, but everybody's like, "Oh, Belichick," but you got to remember, Belichick did move around before he got to New England.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, fucking the the Pittsburgh
But
Steelers.
see,
That's just
Corey, we
something
talked
about their
about this the other
coaches
night
that
on the live. I said, you look at all these cities, all these fans, the Bengals, the Browns, the Raiders, Tampa Bay. You go down the line of all these teams. Look how many coaches you guys have had in Dallas recently. You know, and you don't have
yeah.
anything to show for it. Nothing to show for it. You've spent millions of dollars on players and coaches, and you have zero. But you look at teams like the
Well,
Patriots, the Ravens, and the Steelers, who did not change coaches like underwear, and they do have titles. Those three teams.
I mean, one
that's
thing
true.
we do know.
The thing is, we always throw a fit.
Go ahead. I said
Go
one
ahead,
thing we
Brandon.
do know is that
I'm just gonna say, yeah. Go
one thing
ahead.
we do know is that
Well, I was
Harbaugh's
the other
agent
day.
came
I was
out.
taking a shit, and I was driving down the road, dropping my Rodney. Now go ahead, Brandon. I'm sorry.
One thing we do
We
know is
love you,
that
Brandon.
Harbaugh's agent has come out and said that more organizations have come out and asked for interviews with Harbaugh than job
Yep,
openings. So we do
that's
know that
correct.
a job opening is about to be available. We don't know which one. It very well could be the Steelers if they go one and done. We don't.
Or it could be the Packers,
It could be the Packers.
Yep.
or it could be the Buccaneers.
Yeah. No, but you know what though? Is here
Buffalo
the
could
thing
open up. I
is
mean, you know,
these coaches. You know, well, here's another thing. Just the coaches. Look at McDermott. How many years has he been in Buffalo? Yeah, he hasn't won a Super Bowl, but look how many years he's been there. They're consistent when these coaches stay. And you know, we always bitch as fans about the players not being loyal for a team and coaches, or players being loyal. But what about the owners? Why don't they start being loyal to coaches sometimes? I mean, hey, it might work out. You might not have to reshuffle every year
How
like
long
the
are you gonna be in
Jets.
an abusive relationship? I mean, it might change. She's gonna love me next time.
Yeah, well, I agree with that, but I'm just saying some of these franchises, it's not like they've had like a terrible coach. Antonio Pierce, you really didn't give him much of a chance his first coaching job. Period. He got 1 year. Gerard Mayo was a stepping stone for Vrabel, whether it was right or wrong.
But
You
at
know,
the same time,
he's
like Harbaugh's been there 18 years.
yeah. It's
Like
okay. It's time for that. I mean, I see that.
Harbaugh needed a fresh scene. He needs to go someplace different. Like the Ravens need
Yeah.
that breakup. Now, can Harbaugh still coach? I think
Yep.
he can
Yeah.
still coach.
Yeah.
I think he'd do great in Miami.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
See, I think where Brandon was at earlier this year, whenever he talked about Harbaugh, and I kind of understand where he was coming from now. I was missing the part where he said that he thinks Harbaugh can still coach, but he needs to get out of Baltimore. Okay, he's
Yeah.
right because I was trying to defend Harbaugh's record, and Brandon, I don't think was discounting that. I think he was trying to just get to the finish line with this instead of dwelling on it too much by saying, "Yep, but lately it's not been good, and he needs a change, or Baltimore needs a change."
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's in the story.
here's my big thing. Being a Cowboy fan. Okay, Brandon, what was our records before
8-8,
McCarthy? What was
12 and
our
5.
record after McCarthy? No, no, no.
Oh,
After McCarthy
7-9-1.
this year. You know, yet Jerry Jones wasn't happy enough because it was 12 and
Three
5
years
for
back to back to back.
3 years in a row. Yeah. So by him just being a little biatch, if we had it set up with McCarthy, and we can do better, and look what happened. The grass isn't always greener. It might be next year, but it wasn't this year. We had a couple dumpster fire games, but yeah, for the most part, they stayed consistent. But the sad part is that's what I'm saying. It's weird. It's like a chess game. There's organizations like the Florida State Seminoles that don't know when to get rid of a coach, and then you have the Dallas Cowboys that get rid of a coach way too early.
No, 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 no. Hold on now. The problem is we held on to Jason Garrett way too long, and Jerry Jones said, "I'm not
Yep.
going to do that again." So we're not going to give another chance. We're not going to give another coach a chance to do something good. 12-5, 12-5,
Yeah,
12 and
yeah, but
5
Jason Garrett was also
was
his.
good. That was on C.D. Lamb and Amari Cooper and everybody else not catching the ball instead of everything else. But
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm just saying though. It's these owners or these GMs or these athletic directors. And that's what we're seeing with the football this year. We've talked about how bad the football's been. It's these coaches or whoever the coordinator is trying to reinvent the wheel when something's working. We said it in the Rams game when Corum they threw the pitch to Corum. What the hell are you doing? It's not statistics, guys. It's not calculus. It's not chemistry. It is. I think the analytics is getting way too involved, and people don't forget. People have forgotten the eye test of what
speaking of
works.
the eye test, we had a game yesterday where both quarterbacks meet the eye test. But one is not quite adding up to the rest of the field. Justin Herbert is now 0-3 in playoff games. Drake May has won his playoff debut. Drake May has arrived, folks.
Yeah, but Brandon, I got something real quick on that one. What have I said from the beginning of the year? And I said the big key to the Bears was the quarterback, no matter how talented he is, can't make a play if he's on his ass. And I don't know what the hell happened at San Diego. I know San Diego's line has been annihilated with injury, but oh my God, they tried to get him
Two
killed
things.
last night.
One, they're in LA. And let's not pretend like we didn't see the bad throws.
I saw that, but I'm also saying about the. I probably would have been throwing the bad throws as much as he got hit. I ain't even
That
gonna
one
lie.
on the dog down the sideline was wide open. He's got to make that one.
Yep, I know you do. Slater. It is, but can I say something on that? Most of the time he got hit, it wasn't from the outside. He was getting blown up from the inside.
I felt Justin Herbert was about to be a
2.0.
Andrew Luck, Andrew Luck, and say, "I'm done until y'all fix this." I mean, he just
I
he you
mean,
could tell his ass. I guarantee you, he hasn't gone down to bed today without a
Four
lot of.
minute drill.
we're out of the ice bath
Four
still.
minute drill. They should have pulled him. That was a little heartless.
Yeah, yeah, dude, he was getting lit up in that late in the fourth quarter, and it's like, what in the hell? I'd have walked off the field. I'd have been a
No,
Richardson
I
and
wouldn't have
tapped
done
my
that.
helmet and
I
said, "Let
wouldn't have done
somebody
that.
else." I know, but you know what I get.
No,
You know
I
what I'm
don't.
saying, though. I'd have been like, "Let somebody else get beat the hell up. Let them get beat up because I'm not getting paid
But
enough for
I would
this."
have protected Justin Herbert. I would have because there was no coming back. Um,
Gosh,
Drake May. It was really more of a testament to the defense. Drake May had a couple really nice throws. That one to Hunter Henry, and then he had another nice throw to Booty that was really good. And then there was what was that touchdown? Uh, was it Stevenson he threw a touchdown to? Who was the one
might
at
have
the end of the
been.
game? It was their last. It was their last drive.
I don't. I don't remember who it was.
Anyway,
But
16 through what?
New, yeah, New England's defense did what a boxer does. They just kept hitting them with body shots the whole game, and by the time that game was over, the Chargers couldn't take
I
any
was
more.
actually very impressed with that game. I know it didn't go in Justin Herbert's favor, and Justin Herbert didn't have a good game, but Justin Herbert missed some throws too. Y'all want to put it on the offensive line? I got to put a lot of it on Justin Herbert. I didn't say all.
I don't put
I
it.
didn't say
He
all.
didn't say all. He didn't say all.
That doesn't.
Well, then you know what? But they have checkdowns too for that reason. When you go up to the line, these quarterbacks
It's
have
the line's fault
hot
he
reads,
stumbled down at the end of the
and
game.
those
It's the line's fault that he overthrew
yeah
Vidal. It was his fault that Keenan
yeah
Allen couldn't catch the ball.
You mean
Now, Keenan Allen dropped some
Not
passes
Keenan
too.
Allen? You're
No,
going way
Keenan
back
Allen,
now,
Quentin
Brandon.
Johnson, both of them. Yeah, no,
What was it?
I went back and watched film this morning. I was up at 4:30 this morning. The guys watching film, doing homework, taking notes.
Well, see,
Look
the
at me
sad
go.
part is, like I said, the only thing that I give the Patriots a bad grade on is unless he was really hurt, not to give Henderson any runs of only one run until the fourth quarter.
Ramondre Stevenson was
I
tearing
think,
everybody up. Why would you go from that? Why would you move
Yeah.
away from what's
yeah,
All of
working?
a sudden, he looked like a world beater last night.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anytime Blind ever
yeah.
talks about him, he's like, I hate that guy. I wish he was on my team. And I'm like, well, last night he did you good.
That ain't no kidding. Drake May played. I give him a
Yeah,
B
but that
minus.
was a yeah, yeah. I'd say that too. He did a great job. I mean, he did what he's supposed to do. He won a close game because it was close until that fourth quarter. He won a close game. That's what you want your quarterback to be able to do. You know, just like Stafford, just like Allen. And if Dio's comment is hopefully just like Rogers tonight.
Yep.
All right, I want to talk about the saddest game of the weekend. Broke my heart. You know, I picked Buffalo in that game, and I actually picked up. So far, I'm 100% in my bracket. But that was the saddest game I've ever seen in my life. I wanted them to win it, and I'll be darned if Trevor Lawrence didn't do a good job of putting his team in position to win that game, and the defense let him down. Fourth and inches, fourth and inches on a tush push, and you let this guy push you all the way down to the one. And I understand Tony Romo, and this is why he was 8-8 because he's not very good. I understand he said I'd call timeout right here. No, I'm not. Time is of the essence. We got the lead. Let that thing run down to zero. What are you talking about? Let them call timeout. Let them
Yep.
get flustered. But you definitely don't let a tush push go 11 yards.
Yeah.
Why would I stop the clock? I have the lead. Why am I stopping the clock? I'm the defense and I'm ahead. I'm not stopping the clock. I'm not helping you out.
No.
Jacksonville helped them out, and that's what led them to win. That and that prevent defense prevent you from winning.
Yep. That's what I call it. It's it prevents you from winning, and it's on offense and defense.
Trevor Lawrence did a good job taking the lead, and Josh Allen did a great job, man. Every time I'm like, you can get beat, he's like, nope, I'm gonna put this team on my back and I'm gonna carry you through. He is a phenomenal runner. You've got to keep Josh Allen from running the ball. If you can contain Josh Allen from running the ball, he's not been able to beat people with his arm. Or have we not been paying attention to that? Right. Patrick, Lamar, Burrow. What do you mean? I can name quite a Stafford. Not a lot of quarterbacks can run like him. I get it. No, Moxie's more like swag.
You're just throwing out some moxie morons right here now. So stop it. We know you already ate them. They trained you backwards, Rodney. You give yourself a knuckle sandwich every day. Yep.
All right, so Josh Allen doesn't have Patrick, doesn't have Lamar, doesn't have Burrow. Really doesn't have anybody in the AFC if you really want to look at it other than Rodgers. I mean, you got a young Drake May, CJ Stroud. I mean, I know you got Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. They're going to be tough no matter what. As of right now, the Bills are going to play the Broncos. But it seems like Josh Allen really has a clear path. What
He
sounds more
does.
impressive? What's a better story? Josh Allen versus Sam Darnold because they were both drafted together, right? Were they drafted together? And then you have was it Baker, Josh Allen, and Sam Darnold all drafted together?
Maybe. I pulled it up.
Oh, I can't remember. I'm
Or do we
old,
have
Brandon. Come on.
the Icy Hot Bowl with Matthew Stafford and
And
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers?
Rodgers.
Caleb Williams and Drake May.
Well, yeah, the thing is, there was a lot going on in that game, that Chargers game. Anywho, Rodgers is already kicking the tires on maybe another season in Pittsburgh. He doesn't know yet. So that tells me that if Pittsburgh loses, he may come back another year.
I mean, it sounds like he's trying to win. Here's the thing, and this is what is really irritating me every time the Steelers would lose this past season, or now everybody wants
They
to beat
lost.
up
They
Aaron
lost
Rodgers.
big.
And all month of December, Aaron Rodgers has been showing me glimpses of, I'm not saying a younger Aaron Rodgers, but let's go back probably 3 years
The gritty
left,
guy. He's
left in
gritty.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
He's spinning that ball. He's putting the ball in place. He's getting guys open, and he did it without DK Metcalf last week.
Took past 2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks. Well, they didn't. They didn't get it done the first time.
No, but he still had to go without DK, and they were
Right.
still in the game.
Well, actually, he had done his part. The defense let him down.
Yep.
Luckily, they didn't have Justin Tucker to kick the field goal because Tyler Luke straight jacked it.
Yeah, but look
Yeah.
at Boswell. Boswell was missing. And look at all the missed extra points and field goals this weekend. I'm sitting there
Oh, yeah.
going, what the hell is going
Yeah,
on?
that was messed
McManus
up.
Some
was
bullshit.
horrible.
We've been talking about that all year long
McManus,
too. It has not
McManus
gotten
doesn't
any
miss
better.
those kicks. Green Bay doesn't lose that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like it's been all year long. I tell okay, you know what? And that's the thing that it drives me nuts. Number one, kickers don't have to worry about so much tackling people. All they got to worry about is kicking the ball. And it just seems like they forgot sometimes. And the thing is the closer they are, like for the extra points, that's when we're seeing the misses. It's like you're making 60-yard bombs, but you're missing a 25
Right.
yard extra point.
Now, one thing that Pittsburgh has in their favor is they're at home because Fairbairn is a better kicker. than Boswell. Boswell is a nice kicker. He's very good. But if you've been watching Fairbairn, he's a really good kicker. But that for some reason, kicking in Pittsburgh is one of the toughest places to kick. And if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be windy.
Mm,
I have Pittsburgh in this game. I think it's going to be a 10-point game. I think Aaron Rodgers shows out and he shows us what that MVP used to look like.
I have Steelers by 2.
By two,
I was going to say it on the last second field goal for me.
Steelers by three.
Yeah.
Hi, Rod.
Thank you. Appreciate you, bud.
I'm hoping Aaron Rodgers shows us that MVP for him, but I could very well see it come down to a Fairbairn kick and he miss it because he's not used to that field.
I could see that too. I mean, that's why I said I could see 3. I say last second field goal. Boswell does it. I say, is Mr. Watt back
Yeah,
tonight?
back last
Dio?
week. What are you talking about?
He's going to have him a sack party tonight.
Him and Hayward.
Maybe.
I think Ramsey's going to
I
have a
hope
big
so.
night. Watch for J Ram tonight.
He better have one besides what could redeem himself
J
from
Ram
last
almost
week.
cost y'all last week, and I think J Ram's going to be. I think J Ram's going to be dialed in because of what CJ Stroud likes to do. Because they're going to target that area of the field.
I still think Davis Mills runs that offense better.
That might be true. I'm not
I
sold on
do.
CJ Stroud, but
Yeah.
there's certain aspects to his game that I really appreciate.
You know, one thing that what correlated with their winning streak, right? They're winning at the end of the year. He finally started getting his tight ends involved.
Yep.
How do you? No, I'm just saying. How do you not? I mean, you know, Pittsburgh plays too many tight ends, and Houston doesn't use their tight end. Wasn't using their tight end. So
I hope it's a high scoring game.
that's a for this time of year. Isn't that in Pittsburgh? Isn't that a heat wave, Dio?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a bunch of guys that are used to playing in the cold up there.
Rodgers used playing at Lambeau.
Yep. And DK, I'm playing
Exactly.
in Seattle.
Yeah. And that I think affects C.J. Stroud more than it
Yep.
affects Aaron
I agree
Rodgers.
with
Fairbairn, I mean, he's going to have to kick into it.
Yep.
Because
I'm just saying, yeah, that
correct,
part
right?
is Fairbairn. Well, Houston does play in the dome, yeah.
NRG Stadium. So, I mean,
Yep.
when you're.
If it's still named
Huh?
that, I said if it's still named that. They change these names so much, I don't
I
ever
know.
remember
High
them
School
anymore.
got changed. I looked it up the other
What is
day,
it?
and I forgot what it was already.
Yeah, what is Heinz Field's new name? Dio?
Acrisure Stadium.
Yeah, that's the one.
Acrisure. I liked Heinz Field better, but that's okay. I still like Three Rivers Stadium when they had that in Pittsburgh. The name of it.
I want to see Aaron Rodgers make another Super Bowl. I think he can do it. You don't have Patty, you don't have Lamar, you don't have Burrow. And I think when it comes to Allen and Rodgers, I think Pittsburgh's got a better team. I think he's got more weapons. The question is, can you stop Allen? Patrick Queen, if you spy Allen and Patrick Queen's only job is to stop the run,
Oh, Patrick.
I think you can do it. Because that's probably going to be your AFC Championship game.
I'll be in Pittsburgh if that happens. Because
Yep.
either Pittsburgh or Houston's going to New England next week.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about
Yep.
New England. New England, that defense is legit. The question is the offense. Is that offense going to be able to play next week?
Yeah, that's going to be a key. Be a real key. So it is Monday night, last game of the NFL weekend. I don't think there's another sport really on. Is there many NBA games on tonight or hockey, Dio?
I'd have to look.
I mean, I know there's no really
There's
NCAA
nothing
basketball
only
games
thing I'm
on.
watching
I
that's
just
the
looked.
Steelers game.
I know. I'm just saying. I just didn't know if there was anything else really
Jazz
on.
play the Cavs at 6. Celtics play the Pacers at 6:30. 76ers play the Raptors. Really, the Raptors are underdogs at home?
Yeah. Sixers are on a hot
Yeah,
streak.
So have been the Raptors. Nets and Mavericks at 7:30, and then Hornets and Clippers at 9:30.
Okay. So not really many games
Uh,
on. So it is all about the NFL
Red
playoff
Wings are
game
at
tonight.
6. Maple Leafs are at 9.
There you go, Di. Wear your Maple Leafs thing and your Steelers hat.
Yep. Well,
You
hold
got
on,
both
man.
covered for the night.
I'm gonna wear my Steelers jersey tonight. I got to rock the '92 Harrison.
Oh, okay.
We play y'all.
You wearing Harrison tonight?
What? Yeah,
Wearing Harrison tonight?
We play y'all, Rod.
I'm about to order. About to order me the black and yellow Steelers jersey. Not the Prison Break, but the Color Rush.
Oh, I was about to ask if it was the Prison Break.
Yep.
No, hell no.
Who you
I'm
ordering?
ordering me. It's me diabolical one.
Oh, you should
Okay.
get your
No,
Aaron
I
Rodgers
just wondered.
jersey.
That's what I was asking.
Oh, fuck you, Brandon.
If he wins the Super Bowl, you getting one?
Nope.
Oh, bull.
Hey, ask him if he ever owned a
No, I never
Roethlisberger
did.
one yet.
No,
I was gonna say, yep.
I don't wear another man's name on my back. I don't. And
No,
I
I'm
know
just
a lot
talking
of
about
people
the
get
number.
that. No, I got to do diabolical 1 on my shit.
Well, I know,
No.
but before you started that, I mean, when you used
I
to
know. I
get
always had them.
jerseys
I
and
always
stuff
had them
before.
personalized.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
I mean, I went
like
with
that.
Harrison's number because he was my favorite
Yeah.
player. Now, if I wanted to get an old throwback Steelers jersey, it'd probably be Lamb or Harris or, like my ex-wife. She's from Pittsburgh and she went to school in Boston, but it worked out for her because Le'Veon Bell, 26, her maiden name was Bell.
Yeah,
So, that was perfect for her.
Gotcha.
But she did have her Roethlisberger jersey and she had a Palomalo jersey.
I'll call him.
Yeah, I mean, I like the number, but I just don't put another man's name on my back. I just don't.
I understand that. I can understand that. But
I mean, if you're going to buy
Yeah,
a
some of those
legit,
are-
like game worn or game ready, like absolute,
yes,
like you're going to
yes.
put it in a goddamn glass case, because I'm never going to wear that motherfucker, then that's what I would do. I would order a Franco Harris. I would order a Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I mean? So then if it ever gets signed one
Yeah,
day,
so like
it's their jersey.
Yeah.
But
I have the 30 that I never wear, and I will never wear them. I have the Ozzy, I have the Dorsett, and I have the
yeah, that's what I
Magic
mean.
Johnson.
It's like I will buy those with their names on it because it's historical. But if it's for me to wear a jersey
Yeah.
to a fucking
Yeah.
Chili's bar or a sports bar around my
No.
house, I'm not putting
Yeah.
another man's name on my back. I'm not. That's just call me.
and I'm not.
Yeah, call me. No, I can't say it because we're recording, but Keep forgetting about that. But yeah, I mean, look, look, if Aaron Rodgers gets us to the Super Bowl, great. He served his purpose, but he's not a Steeler. We didn't draft him. I like the guys we draft, and if they stay with our team, that's who I like.
Yeah.
Harrison was that he was that special player that was given that one chance, and man, if he didn't fucking make it happen, that dude
Yeah.
was a badass.
They, I did. I think I did find my. And I said it before the year started. I did find my. I think my favorite Cowboy of the year, and that was James Houston.
Hmm.
He
Okay.
played well. I really he was
Yeah.
he did play well.
He was the spark when we didn't have a spark.
Like, hey, I told you I have a Derek Thomas jersey when he played for the Chiefs because I wasn't
Dude.
a Alabama fan and I wasn't a Chiefs fan, but I can tell you
Yeah.
what, I respected the
Yep.
shit out of that guy's fucking football play because he was
Yep.
unreal. Derek Thomas was a one in a lifetime defensive player. He
Yep.
was special,
I agree.
and I saw a Derek Thomas jersey one time at the I can't even remember what store it was in the mall. It's just one of those stores that sells not lids, not anything like that. But they had a
Yeah.
Derek Thomas jersey in there, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm buying that."
Mine. If I could get somebody's, and it sounds weird, if I could get a different jersey, I want an Earl Campbell
You,
Houston
you know, I
Oilers
also have a
jersey.
Montana Chiefs jersey as well.
Man, don't forget your favorite one. You got a Shadur Sanders too.
Shadur,
Shadur.
Shadur.
Love it.
Yeah, there's
That
a new
was
guy that started. There's a new guy coming in now, Brandon. His name's Matthew. Super nice guy. He lives in Ohio, and he is a Browns fan. And he's kind of like, "Whoa, man, I can't believe you had to buy that." Yeah, and I was like, I lost my eyebrows too.
Hey, we tried again last night to try to get
Jake's mullet.
Jake's mullet. And he won't do it. He
dude.
will
I've
not
tried
put
to
it on
get
the
him
line.
even a couple ones that I knew he could probably win. He won't. He
Yeah.
won't do it.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
I tried.
All right, guys. You guys got anything left?
No.
Nap
That's it.
nap time.
All right, guys. This episode has been brought to you by Heaven Sent Help and Gear. Go to hshbgear.com. 15% off promo code married. W Energy, Styles Apparel, and Dugout Mugs. Thank you guys so much. We will catch y'all next time. Peace.
See ya.